Subin, and I am from the School of Management, IT and Governance within the college. It is an absolute pleasure for us this morning to welcome you, dear students, to our university, to our college, and to our school. I would like to congratulate you on being accepted into our university, firstly, and secondly, I would also like to say thank you for making UKZN your university of choice. This morning, I'm standing in for my colleague, Dr. Jabulani Ndwayo, who is our academic leader for teaching and learning. Unfortunately, he's busy with students in another platform, so I will be taking care of and program directing this important segment with you. There are lots of important information that we are going to share with you today in a brief snapshot for the various disciplines in our school. We'd like for you to listen carefully to them. We will be very brief, and thereafter we would take Q&A with you. Please feel free to actively engage on the platform, in the chat, pose your questions, queries, and you could also open up your cameras and open up your volumes, and you could chat with us as well. Okay, so we really look forward to making your experience at UKZN a very rewarding one as well. Let me say the university has invested a lot of resources to make teaching and learning vibrant, invigorating, and to bring it to you in real time. And we would like for you to take advantage of that space so that you can, when you leave the university, you'll be well equipped and well capacitated to go out and venture into your careers as well. They say your university days are your best years, and we intend to make sure that these are your best years as well. For us, it's every student matters and no student is left behind. That is our motto, and we pride ourselves as being the premier university of African scholarship. So once again, students, on behalf of our DVC, on behalf of our VC, on behalf of our Dean, and all my colleagues in our school, we warmly welcome you to UKZN. And may your experience be a very rich and rewarding one as well. With those few warm words of welcome, I want to quickly move into the program, and each of my colleagues representing our various disciplines will give you a brief snapshot of information on what the programs are in our school. Please listen attentively and pose your questions and comments in the chat. Okay, so without further ado, the first presentation this morning is going to be by my colleague, Dr. Dlamini, and the discipline represented is the Human Resource Management and Industrial Relations, IR. So over to you, Dr. Dlamini.
Good morning, students. Welcome. Congratulations for making it to UKZN. And I am hoping that you are going to grasp this opportunity with both hands. I can see that you guys are a lively bunch. I can see from the chats. Everybody is greeting. So I know you're quite excited to be here. All right. So I'm from the discipline of Human Resources Management, and I'm going to just briefly give you guys an overview of the modules that we offer in our discipline and also the career prospects. All right. So we are often asked, what's the difference between human resources management and industrial relations? All right. So both of these fields have each role that they play in an organization, all right? So in summary, human resources management focuses on the aspect of hiring. When organizations are hiring employees, managing them to see if they are performing or not, and also developing them in terms of training and development. So once each and every one of you, when you've attained this degree, you'll be looking for a job, all right? So this is what HRM is about. And then we also have that aspect of HR, which focuses on industrial relations, which is the labor law aspect of it. All right. So the labor law aspect of it looks at basic conditions of employment, where there's legislation pertaining to holidays and also the amount of hours that employees have to work. All right. And then we also have the Labor Relations Act, which looks at governing the relationship between the employer, the employee, and there's also trade unions as well in the relationship, and the government, because the government is the one that draws the legislation to actually govern and control the relationship between these stakeholders. All right. So just to give you guys an overview of the modules that we offer, all right? Because you guys are coming from different streams, all right? So some people will major in HR. So these are all of the modules which are offered, the core modules to be exact. All right, so we have the first year modules, all right? So the content, some of them focus on learning, memory, motivation. So the things that affect employee performance, all right? Because there's different factors, all right? And then we have the principles of behavior, which deals with teamwork, all right? Looking at group perspectives and how people that work in teams are governed in an organization. All right, so these are all the modules you take, all right? And then since some of these modules are not offered in PMB, there's management 102 for those students in the PMB campus. All right, I'm trying to be quick. All right, and then we also have these second year and third year modules. All right, again, there's ones that focus on your recruitment and selection, training and development. And then we also have those ones that specifically draw focus on labor law. All right, so this was just to give you an overview. I can't go into detail in terms of explaining all of them, but I suppose you get the gist. All right, so let's move on to career prospects in the field of HR. All right, so some opportunities, you can be a managing director of an organization, meaning that you oversee the HR departments pertaining to industrial relations and HRM, all right? And then in terms of specifying it to a niche, we have your HR generalist, which are people that focus on your recruitment and selection of employees, employee attrition, meaning that they look out for people that are leaving and entering the organization and keeping those stats. And then we have industrial relations consultants or specialists. So those are people that deal with the labor law aspects of human resources. And then we also have people who are training and development coordinator. Remember earlier, I touched on managing development of employees. So that means continuously upskilling the workforce. And then we also have people who are responsible for compensation and benefits. So those are the salary compensation and benefits consultants. So they deal with your salaries and also the benefits which are given to employees. All right. So yeah, this covers it in terms of career prospects. And also, please make sure that you familiarize yourselves with the college handbook, all right, so that you know what modules to take, and also just have a little bit of content, know the content of that module. All right, so I will end here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dlamini, for that very succinct presentation. in terms of HR and IR. So we move on to the next item now, which is the Information Systems and Technology discipline. And Dr. Raghav G will be presenting on that for you. So please listen attentively. Over to you.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. I know it's a pretty hot day, but that is the summertime way. So today we are focusing on, or for this 5 minutes, we are focusing on information systems and technology. So what is information systems and technology? Here in the discipline of information systems and technology at UKZN, we focus on the development of systems and technology and how it integrates into all forms of domains in the world. So as you may be aware, technology is integrated into all walks of life, whether it's your business, you know, at Checkers, Pick n Pay, a spa, where you see barcode scanners and it automatically calculates the cost of the total cost. Human resources, where we try to work out how different employees are performing in the educational sphere. We try to understand how students learn, and all of that is done through gathering data and trying to better understand how these different items of interest work, even in the sporting field. Probably as we speak, our Bafana football team is probably going through videos and different statistics by the strategists on how to win the semi-final today against Nigeria. And they are without a doubt using technology. And this is the area that we focus on, which is using technology in the best way possible to get information that we can use to our advantage, whether it's making a profit, trying to improve students' learning, or trying to win a football match, or a cricket match, or a rugby match, or whatever the case is. So that's what we're all about. So why, or is IS&T for me? You can see in that little paragraph at the bottom there. If you have an interest in technology, and not only just technology, but understanding how technology impacts a business, impacts an organization or a society, and what role can it play? And if you are interested in the development of technology and systems to support these different areas, then IS&T is definitely for you. What we cover is, at the first level, is we give you an introduction to information systems and how it works. So that is from a very general case, how it affects different areas or different walks of life and business and everywhere else. And obviously, importantly, we also cover the use of particular software like Microsoft Office. It's a very important skill to have and to know how to use Word and PowerPoint and Excel. And our first year team are all very competent and fluent in the use of these technologies and software. Then at the second year, we start looking into the actual development, where we've covered it very briefly in first year. We go into more in-depth on how to analyze and understand a business problem and how to develop technological or system-based solutions for that. And this involves a lot of understanding of the business and how it functions, as well as designing solutions and coding as well. So if you learned coding or programming in school and you liked it a lot, we go much more in depth with programming and coding as well. Finally, in level 3, we go further into depth, where we cover project-based work, where you actually go out into the working world, look for a small business and develop a solution for them based on the problems that they have. This could be a takeaway cafe, it could be a clothing shop, or a nonprofit organization. The different types of projects available varies. And once you've finished your degree, there's 2 options. You can do the first major which is your information systems major with something else, like supply chain or marketing. Or you can do a double IS&T major if you're based in Westville, where you could do a full major on information systems and technology, where we expand on security, networking, e-commerce, and so on. And then finally, in terms of careers, there's a variety of careers. If you just go to PNet or Career Junction, you'll see thousands of jobs with different requirements in terms of experience and different areas that you're looking at. And I've got some there on the right-hand side. So analysts or consultants try to better understand problems, developers, code solutions, and obviously big data and artificial intelligence are quite involved. And we cover that in our undergraduate curriculum to prepare you for these careers, right? And then there's a few more career options available to you. So that's just a short idea of what to expect in information systems and technology. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Raghibji. Students, in an age of information technology and the 4IR, this is a very, very important discipline of interest as well. We're going to have a 10-minute Q&A session now. So you are welcome to unmute and ask questions to us as panelists, or you could post something in the chat. So we have 10 minutes for some Q&A before we get on with the rest of the program. I did see some questions where students were a bit stressed. How will I have an email address? Once you are registered, of course, then you will have an email address, your student number at stu.ukzn.ac.za. That becomes your standard domain student email address, and you will use that to communicate with the lecturers, with anybody at the university. And your student number is your credit card with unlimited access. You know what that means? You can enjoy all the spoils of the university and have access to all the services at the university by virtue of an active student number. Okay. He has his hand raised. Sorry, Lungile, your volume is very low, dear.
We have a hand raised from Juanita.
Hi.
I've allowed him to talk.
Sure.
Hi.
Go ahead, Juanita.
I just have a question about information systems. So when we were choosing our majors, when we were registering, there was an option for information systems, computing, or information systems and technology. So what is the difference between those two?
Okay. Question to you, Mr. Raghibji. Can you respond, please?
I'm not actually sure what information systems computing is, Prof. Mogi. I know information systems and technology at a first-year level. You will do ISTN 101 in the first semester and ISTN 103. I think information systems computing might be a different discipline.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I would advise them to do is to check out our handbook. The handbook is on the university website, and it will give you all the information that you require in terms of, the various qualifications. If you go into the website, you will see all the qualifications in the different colleges, right? But our college is the College of Law and Management Studies, and all the disciplines that are represented here today, and the information we're providing you in a small snapshot, all the details are in the college handbook. And as Dr. Dlamini mentioned in her presentation, I would strongly advise you, students, please download the handbook. Keep it in a folder. It's your go-to Bible for all the information you need and all the details that you need concerning the qualifications that we offer in our college and the degree that you are registered for as well. Any other questions?
We have one from our chat. Jade is asking if business administration classes are fully online or are they contact this year?
Okay, all the classes are face-to-face. Undergrad programs are run face-to-face. You know, we had, during COVID, we went into exclusively online, and then it became a blended approach as, you know, COVID was, there was a reduction in COVID. Now the university is fully fledged online, I beg your pardon, face-to-face for classes. It's only the postgrad programs that are online. So you would be on campus face-to-face with the lecturers.
A follow-up question to that is when and where can they get the timetable for those classes?
Okay, so our the website, the university website, you go onto the university homepage, then you go onto the College of Law and Management Studies, and you will see it's very user-friendly. You will see our timetable is there. There's two important documents that you must download over and above the handbook. There's the block structure, which is the timetable that gives you all the alphabets for when each subject or module is being offered, right? A, B, C, D, E, etc. And then it also gives you the list of subjects and where they are situated. So download that timetable block, write out your modules onto your timetable. Then you would be able to see what periods in the day you have to attend and which venues you have to attend as well. Okay.
Prof. Mogi, I would like to add to your answer as well.
Thank you, Hazel.
Students, tomorrow there will be a full session on all IT-related issues, as I explained on Monday. So tomorrow we will be discussing the issue of the timetable. Dr. J will be demonstrating online. So please come prepared to ask questions pertaining to your specific program. And then, so your timetable will be sorted tomorrow morning. So at 10 o'clock, don't miss that session. Also, what is important about tomorrow's session is the introduction to Moodle. Moodle is our online learning platform that we use here at UKZN. So our academics from Information Systems and for Information Communication Services will unpack that. If you have questions related to laptops, those NSFAS students, all those will be addressed tomorrow. So please do join tomorrow's session. Also, I remember on Monday, there were questions about the email, student email. All those will be addressed tomorrow. So please join tomorrow's session so that you are ready for your lectures on Monday in terms of the timetable. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Hazel. So students, remember that this entire week has been dedicated to giving you all the necessary information that you need, from academic to soft skills to A to Z, basically, right? So make sure you attend all the sessions so that you get the practical information that you need so that you can comfortably onboard next week when classes start as well. And these are also being recorded. Yes. Go ahead, Lungi.
We have a hand raised again from
Sure.
Minkate Kosibui would like to ask something. I'll allow him to talk.
Right. Is there
Hi,
shuttle
everyone.
services available to
Hi.
students who don't stay at rest? Generally, there's shuttle services that run between campuses. You know, the shuttle services run from Howard College to Westville campus, from Westville campus to Howard College. That is part of the university arrangement. But if you live in a private space, there's a lot of taxis that, you know, run back and forth to the university and to various arterial roads as well. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you, Prof. There's a hand raised. You can go ahead and ask your question.
Thank you. I don't know if you can hear me.
We can, loud and clear. Go ahead, dear.
Thank you so much. It's about basically registered for the BBA degree, and I got a message that says that the first year modules will be online. but I just heard Prof mentioning that only the postgraduates are online. So I just needed clarity on that, please.
Okay, sure,
Thank
colleagues.
you.
Okay, sure,
Yes.
colleagues. Does anybody want to respond to that?
Thanks, Prof. Mogi. Yes, that is correct. BBA will be hosted online this year until
Okay.
further notice. Sure.
Okay, so currently, I beg your pardon then. So currently the BBA will be online until further notice. Okay, thank you for that clarity. Okay, there's a hand raised. Minakate, go ahead.
We have another hand. Yes. Matthias Nadu.
I saw there was a hand from Sabi.
You can go ahead.
No, the Bachelor of Administration is contact-based. That is face-to-face. That's classes on campus. It's just the BBA only.
I think students are getting confused with the board, Prof. But thanks
Yes,
for the
okay,
clarity.
okay.
Yeah.
So let me clarify for you students. The BBA is the Bachelor of Business Administration. That will be online. The B-Admin is the Bachelor of Administration degree, and that will be face-to-face on campus. Okay, there is a distinction between the both.
We have a question, Prof, from Titan.
Go ahead.
Titan wants to know if, okay, for BCom General, if there is an option to choose between Accounting 102 and Accounting 103. She would like to know what the difference is between the two. So this is for the BCom General, the option to choose Accounting 102 or 103, and what is the difference between the two?
Okay, go ahead, Eric.
Okay, the difference between 102 and 103. The 102 is for the person that wants to major in accounting, whereas the 103 is the person who wants to just add accounting as one of the electives that won't major in accounting.
Thank you so much. How are we doing for time, Hazel, to get back onto the program?
We can continue, Prof, with the next session, and I'm sure more questions will come after marketing
Sure.
and supply chain. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, students, so we're on to the second part of the program, the next segment. And this is on marketing and supply chain management by Dr. Nube. And we'd like for you to listen attentively, and then you could ask questions at the end of the next three presentations. Thank you. Over to Dr. Nube.
Thank you very much, Chair, for the opportunity. I'm from the discipline of marketing and supply chain, but I will start with supply chain because these are different disciplines. So in supply chain, we've got three modules that are outstanding or that
Sorry,
are
Dr. Nube.
Hello.
Could you please open your video?
It was not allowing me earlier on, now it's allowing me. Is it visible now?
Perfect.
Okay. We've got three modules under supply chain, which is operations, purchasing, and logistics. So supply chain, remember that supply chain, it's most of the concepts that we use in supply chain, they're from economics, pure economics that you use, that is studied in high school, but we're looking at it from the company perspective. So in operations, what we focus on is where we're converting the input into outputs. So what you need to bear in mind that everything that we use that is surrounding us is from operations of the supply chains. So under purchasing, we are looking at more or less on make or buy decision, but from the company perspective, how companies they choose to insource and outsource some of the activities and some of the processes that they feel that they are not competitive or that they cannot withstand the competition out there. Under logistic, our focus is under transportation, distribution and storage of goods and services. So on your year 2, that's when you start selecting supply chain, whereby you'll be getting supply chain 2OM, whereby we will be introducing you to the basic strategies, processes that organization use in order to penetrate the market. Because remember, the point of contention here is competitive advantage, whereby each and every company wants to be best in the market. Otherwise, if you lose the competition, you lose, or you snooze, or you lose, or not going to get anything. So your shareholders won't invest anymore in that business. So another factor that, because I've done very little on this, but you'll ask questions as we go along. So in operations, we focus more on the processes and systems that companies they use. On your 3rd year, you'll be introduced in advanced operations now. That will be in a SMA 301, whereby the requisite will be passing the 2OM, which will be introduced in your 2nd year. In 3rd year, you can choose all these 3 or these 3 that I've mentioned under supply chain, which is operations, purchasing, and logistics. They are compulsory in order for you to major in supply chain. So to go to a career path, when you are a supply chain graduate, you can become an operations manager. You can be a planner in organization. You can be a demand manager, process manager, and a designer of certain products. Under purchasing, you can become a company buyer. You can become a supply manager. And you can become under transportation, you can become a transport manager, distribution manager, and the list goes on. Remember that this discipline, we've got marketing as well. Marketing, before I start talking about the marketing, I think it is very, very crucial that every organization, they try their level best to ensure that there is a synergy amongst their departments. So there is that interrelationship where the department, they work hand in hand. So marketing is required in operations because marketing, they will conduct the marketing research to check how whether the product that the company has manufactured is adorable or is attractive in the market. So they will try and run the campaigns, trying to ensure that they lure the customers to come and buy from them. So marketing work hand in hand with the operations manager, whereby the operations manager will ensure that the information that is coming from the consumer out there, they will incorporate the voice of the customer that has been gathered from the marketing research that has been conducted by a marketing department. So when it comes to the modules as well, you can start choosing your marketing in your 2nd year, whereby you'll be introduced in the marketing 2IM. And then in your 3rd year, that's when you'll have a variety of choosing from the consumer behavior. You can choose from advertising. You can choose from market research projects. You can choose for special topics in marketing, whereby they're dealing with the contemporary issues in marketing. You can choose from touch on marketing research. You can choose on marketing communication, whereby now we are using a latest AI tools to try to market our products so that our consumers will know. So the career path, when you are doing marketing, you can go as far as the sales manager, advertising manager, the marketing manager. Let me stop right there. I'll entertain the questions as they come along. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nube, for that presentation. Students, we move now on to the next presentation on management and entrepreneurship by Dr. Bihari. Over to you, Dr. Bihari.
Thanks, Chair. Okay, so I'm Dr. Bihari, and I'm from the discipline of management and entrepreneurship. You would think to yourself, why management? Many students study management for various reasons, because it's going to provide you with the tool and the skills you need to manage different organizations. Of course, leadership positions open up, and you can be the head of your company. You can manage teams, individuals. and you can ensure that overall effectiveness and efficiency in the workplace. Management gives you a very wide range of potential, of earning potential as you accelerate into your career paths. Okay, when you're looking at management, we're looking at planning, leading, organizing, and control. When you're looking at entrepreneurship, we're looking at being your own boss, being able to have the expertise, the skills, and the personality to drive your own business, enabling us to be successful individuals in the future. So two different arrays, one allowing you to be a manager within different organizations, and entrepreneurship really being your own boss. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Okay, the degree structure, we're looking at, I just picked up our third year modules. You have entrepreneurship. Let's do entrepreneurship first. Let's go with management. At first level, we have one management module in the first semester. At second level, we have entrepreneurship in the second semester. And then we only have management majors in your third year. You will then come to entrepreneurship at honors level. Okay, so for now within the discipline, we are working on entrepreneurship majors. We haven't yet streamed them into our degrees, but that is a work in progress. For now, we have our majors in management. You see corporate strategy and technology management in the first semester, and then you have business ethics and international business in the second semester. Okay, career options, you can really do anything. You could be a lecturer like myself. I majored in management. You could be a professor like Prof. Mogi. You could be a researcher. You could be an entrepreneur. You could be a management consultant, public relations manager, literally a manager within any industry. You could be a manager in a hospital. You could be a manager in an IT company. You could really, it creates a wide array of job opportunities that you can then engage with. Okay, so that's basically that's basically us as a discipline. We're a small discipline, but really something that you need to take into consideration when choosing your majors, merely for the fact that one needs to just plan, lead, organize, and control your daily life. If I don't engage in planning, leading, control, then I'm not going to realize my full potential. So like that, we build your traits and your personality and your skill sets so that you could go in and make differences in the corporate world. I trust that you got a good understanding of management. We're always here to take questions and comments. And yeah, we welcome you to UKZN. Thank you. Over to you, Prof. Mogi.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bihari. If you can stop screen sharing. Okay, thank you so much. Let me then go on to our Okay, so I trust you can see my screen. So students, allow yours truly to quickly take you through the admin degree in our discipline. And ours is the public governance discipline, which is really about government in general, right? And the national, provincial, and local government departments in particular. So this is what the admin degree looks like. I thought I'll just give you a snapshot of what the degree structure looks like in the handbook, which is on page 61 and 62 of the handbook. So if you go to the handbook, you will see that our degree structure is listed as is on my slide. Okay, so I won't take you through the nitty-gritties of the modules because time won't permit that, because you can find all the details in the handbook. But basically, this is the admin degree where public administration is the crux of it. And let me just quickly share with you, on your first year, you would have to have 64 credits, which is 128 in total, 64 credits per semester, which essentially translates to 4 modules per semester. Each module is 16 credit points. All modules at the university are 16 credit points at large. And you have your 2 core modules in your first and second semester, and then you have choices depending on the modules that you want to specialize in as your second major, because your first major is public administration. Then you go on to your second year, and your second year is made up of more public administration modules as core modules, as you can see, 2 per semester. And then you have to pick up 2 electives each. It's like the same pattern as the first year. You got to have 128 credit points at the end of the second year, 64 per semester, which is 4 modules each as well. And then you go on to your third year, and again, public administration as one of your majors, and you choose your 4 core modules, and then your 4 elective modules now will come from, and this is the beauty of the B-Admin degree, is that you could choose from the School of Accounting, School of Economics, Discipline of Economics and Finance, or any of the streams that were presented here today, in case you want to make your second major management, or your second major accounting, your second major economics, your second major HRM or supply chain. So it allows you that as well. And then, of course, you'll need 128 in the third year as well. So that essentially is what our degree structure is. So quickly, let me tell you what kind of careers in this field. As you know, to work in a government department, this is one of the most important degrees to have. It is the one degree that departments recognize because it covers all the essential aspects from A to Z in terms of our government functions, right? And don't worry about all the negativity that we hear in and around government, but at the end of the day, at some stage, people are leaving, people are retiring, sadly, people are passing away, and we need to train and develop the next cohort of people who can go into government, who are serious about service delivery, who want to make a difference in the lives of people. You can get jobs in national departments, provincial departments in the various provinces, or in municipalities as well, and in any public organizational setting as well. It is one of the most sought after degrees to pursue a career in the public service, okay? And let me tell you that once you have a degree in public administration, then the potential to actually develop your career to higher levels is very promising, because it is the one area that equips students on A to Z, on everything that happens. So for example, this Thursday, we have the State of the Nation address. When you start to listen to that, when you listen to the budget speech, when you listen to the state of service delivery in the country, you'll be able to have a better understanding of these things. You'll be able to have a better understanding of the context and of some of the challenges that we face as well. So if you really want to make a difference in the lives of people and contribute to service delivery and contribute to public sector at large, then this is a career that we strongly advise you to pursue. And let me end on a positive note to say that our discipline has been the training ground for some of the very senior rank and file officials in government today, right? For example, the Premier in our province is a product of our discipline. For example, the CFO of eThekwini municipality is a product of our discipline, okay? The Director General of National Treasury, who just recently left to pursue another career, was a product of our university. So our discipline is really the training ground for the big and famous stalwarts in government, okay? So it sounds very promising for you. Okay, so I'll be happy to take any questions or comments when we get to the Q&A section, which is now, because we are done then, students, with the most important programs offered in SMIG. Today's presentations were merely to show you the various degrees that we offer in our school, okay? So let me stop screen sharing this, and let's get back to our Q&A. Okay, so yes, over Hazel. Yes, dear.
Okay, Prof. Mogi. So we have a question, and I think this will help others also, from Oyena Malusi Oyana Malusi wants to know if one can maneuver away from the BCom General to the BCom Accounting. Would you like to answer that?
Okay, so if you're on the BCom General and you want to move to BCom Accounting, remember some modules you keep as NDP, some modules you are able to carry forward to greater specialization. If you want to specialize and become a CA and things like that, then you would choose the modules that you know you can articulate to higher levels so that you can create that specialization going forward so that you don't lose as much of your credits as possible.
Can I add, please, Prof. Mogi? So if you are now registered for the BCom General and yet you wanted the BCom Accounting, probably it's because you did not meet the entrance requirements for the BCom Accounting. So if you don't meet those requirements today, therefore it's not possible for you to join unless you decide to go back and improve, especially your mathematics results.
Yeah.
So once you are into the BCom General, you will not be able to go the route of BCom Accounting with the aim of specializing as a chartered accountant later. So that won't happen.
Yes, no, you're quite right. Because, sorry to interrupt you, you're quite right, because the BCom Accounting route wants a very high affinity for mathematics, because it's statistics and calculations. You need to have a very strong grounding in that. Yes, sorry, go ahead.
All right. Then there was another question, I can't remember who it was from, where they wanted to know if they can move from BCom General, the foundation one, the extended curriculum, to the mainstream BCom General. So from the 4-year program to the 3-year program. The answer to that is probably you did not meet the entrance requirements for the BCom General, and your points were low, but you qualified to enter via the foundation program. The foundation program basically extends a 3-year program into 4 years, and the first year is aimed at assisting you and giving you additional supports that will help you cope with the load that comes with a 3-year program. So that's the reason why you were pushed. Normally we don't just put you in the BCom 4, but because maybe you don't meet the entrance requirements, which is usually mathematics or your points, then we channel you through the BCom 4, which then gives you that foundation year to help you cope with the workload that is to come over the next 3 years. Maybe Prof. Mogi would like to add?
Yes, no, I think you've actually summed it up very nicely, and that is the honest to God truth. Yes, I know students generally, every student has, or a lot of students have this notion, I want to be, I want to do BCom accounting, and I want to be a CA, I want to make a lot of money, and I want to be very rich, and students have this one-track mind of that. But all is not lost, I mean, if you didn't make it into that field, it's not a train smash. The fact that you still got a place at university for another degree, there's always opportunities with other degrees as well, to pursue a career. If one doesn't work, I don't want you to feel disillusioned. There's always other opportunities as well, okay? There was a question earlier on in the chat. Does NSFAS fund the Bachelor of Commerce general extended curriculum? Yes, it does. It certainly does. Okay.
There's also another question, Prof. Mogi, from Buhle who wants to know if there are BBA classes in Pietermaritzburg. What I know is that we don't offer the BBA in PMB. Am I correct, Prof?
Dr. Bihari, who works with the BBA, please respond. Dr. Bihari, can you unmute?
The BBA is offered after hours, so
Sorry.
it is online. So
Yeah.
I don't think the location would matter where you are, because the classes will be online, because it is actually aimed at people who are already in employment but who want to, upgrade themselves. However, some of our students do not qualify for the BCom General, and then they opt for the BBA. So it will be available online. So whether you're in PMB or in Durban, it doesn't matter. But if we were attending classes in person, it would have been on our Westville campus. Dr. Andrisha?
Okay, Dr. Biari, I see you are back.
Yeah,
Would you like to respond?
Sure, we also offer it on the PMB campus, Hazel. But since COVID, we've moved online, and because it's in the evening, we're just pursuing the idea of just maintaining those modules online for a while and see how it goes. So yeah, students are rest assured there will be more communication given to them as we progress and start the semester. So I know there's a lot of questions regarding BBA and where am I going to stay and am I going to get a shuttle, etc. You're going to stay where you at because all of this is online. Yeah.
Okay, I also saw some anxiety about if classes are online, do I need to come to campus? And I know tomorrow you've got a session lined up, Hazel, for the students that will provide further clarity. But I just want to allay their fears aside that even if you're online, you still can come to the university to make your student card if you have queries, if your laptop is giving you problems. We have a walk-in workshop for students to get assistance in real time. The campus facilities are still there for you. You just have to come to campus for any assistance that you require, even if the program is online as well. If you'd like to add more to that, Hazel, you're more than welcome. And Dr. Biari, if you want to add.
Yeah.
Also
No,
coming to camp.
definitely.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Andrisha.
Okay. Also, Prof, our library services are available, our walk-in library, but, much be told about this, everything is also available to them online. So it's not as if they have to come to campus to access IT or the library or anything. We are here to provide that service to them efficiently and effectively. Yes, but they are more than welcome to come and visit us also.
Yes, that's also what I just wanted to add, that, as a student, it's also important for you to engage and interact with your peers, because this is where you build networks for the future. So these are future directors that are sitting next to you. So please do come to campus to just, enjoy campus life, because we have a variety of activities. We've got sports. We've got clubs and societies. So if you're interested in entrepreneurship, there are clubs that focus on entrepreneurship. If you're interested in supply chain, there are clubs focusing on supply chain. There's just quite a lot. It's just vibrant. There are cafeterias. We have the sports center. If you want to dance, we've got pools. There's just so many things. So please do come to campus for your lectures. And also, if you don't want to, you can use our Wi-Fi. So come to our campus, please.
Okay, thank you. So yes, any other concerns and queries? So students, let me say whilst you gathering your thoughts that, yes, sorry.
Prof, there was a question in the chat whereby the student was asking whether it will be possible at a later stage to move from BCom to computer science. The answer is no. Like Mrs. Langer alluded earlier on, that remember that the reason why you're not getting to that particular program is because of the points. So at a later stage, your points won't be better. So remember that you choose the right qualification where you qualify using the points that are required. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So students, I also want to say that the university, just taking the cue from Hazel, the university has invested a lot of resources to make your life, your student life, as comfortable as possible. And oftentimes students don't know of all the services that we have at the university, and may not even enjoy all of it because they're not aware of it. So when you're in doubt, just ask, drop an email, go to the website, have a look at what is available. There's always a contact email address on our website, and drop an email and ask. Anything you're not sure of, ask and get clarity so that you can make your lives as rewarding and enriching as possible, and enjoy the best benefits whilst you are on your student program.
Prof, we have had a lot of questions about the timetable.
Right.
We have a session tomorrow with the IT team, but if your team can also address that, because they want to know where they can get the timetable. So since classes
Okay.
are starting on Monday.
Okay. So the easiest way to get the timetable, students, is you go onto the university homepage, right? And then you go onto College of Law and Management Studies, right? And then you will see, it will tell you timetabling, it will tell you for which campus, which college, which school, right? And then you just follow the prompts or the clicks or the pull down screens, and you'll see the timetable, block sessions. It's like a grid with all the alphabets on it from 8 o'clock to the afternoon, and it will have all the alphabets on the grid, and then you will be able to plot your subjects onto, because each subject has a different block, right? And you plot your subjects on your timetable. Then you will know what times your lectures are and what the venues are, and which venues they are taking place in. And most of the lectures for first years, correct me if I'm wrong, Lungi and Hazel, most of the lectures for first years takes place in the T block, in the L block and the G block. Mostly because first years are bigger classes, so they would take place in the T block, which is just opposite the pond. As you can see it in our screensaver on the background there, that building that is facing the pond is the T block, right? And that's where you get your large venues, your T1, T2, T3, 4. These are the venues that your most of your classes would be in. Then the L block is behind the library, and then the G block is next to the quad. Okay.
There are questions. Can you hear me? Okay. There are questions about whether NSFAS will fund the BBA. Yes, they do fund the BBA, and you need to apply though via the NSFAS portal. I just checked; it is still up open until the 15th of Feb. So please do apply. Yeah. So all these are mainstream programs that are funded.
There's something about
And then
audiology. Just
somebody
have a
wants
look
to know,
at that comment.
Tatum wants to know if I register for the BCom General during this week, will I be able to start lectures on Monday, or will the process take longer? Yes, definitely you'll be able to do so. And if you struggle, please just visit our website. I think, Lungi, you've posted links on how to register, how to accept the offer, things like that. So there are videos. If you go to the College of Law and Management Studies website, all that information is there. And don't forget tomorrow to attend the session on IT, because that is where the issue of the timetable will be tackled, and you will know exactly which room to go to on Monday.
Yeah, they will show it to you. I also need to emphasize, students, that whilst we have full-time
colleagues, you can take other
contact.
questions that are online.
Yeah.
Just getting too busy.
Okay, so let me just say that whilst we have face-to-face classes, right, we also have
Mugi,
an
you are
online.
muted.
Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not muted. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Prof.
Okay, sure. So I just want to say that whilst we have classes that are face-to-face, we also use a platform, an online platform, Moodle or Learn, as we call it, where we post things for you. So for example, the lecturer sees you face-to-face for classes. We have a session. And then the lecturer uses that learning platform to post maybe some summaries or some important notices from time to time in terms of maybe, areas they want you to read, or they want to just communicate with you outside the classroom as well. So as soon as once you're registered and you have an active student number, it then entitles you to have access to that platform 24/7. Okay. And the good thing about that platform is every time the lecturer posts something there, you will get notification of it on your student email. So you know that the lecturer's posted something. Although tomorrow's session is going to be more a lot of practical aspects, today's session is more academic aspects, tomorrow's session is more practical aspects for you, the pragmatics from A to Z whilst you're at the university. I just want to advise all of you that, and I'm sure many of you have smartphones, please set up your student email on your phone, okay? I know you may have your private emails on your phone, but please set up your student email on your phone. You don't have to read all the, university notices and things like that. That you can do at your leisure, even when you're on campus, if you want to save your data. But by putting your student email address on your phone, then every time there's an important notice from your lecturer, right, you will get it in real time and you will know, okay, what is going on. As a student, it's important for you to stay on top of things, to be sharp, fast, smart, savvy, and to be responsive as often as possible, okay? So putting your email address and setting it up on your phone helps you to know what is going on. You don't want to discover important information from other students in case they misinterpret it and you get the wrong end of the stick, okay? But by you seeing the information yourself, you can, stay on top of things, okay? So I strongly urge you, put your student email address onto your phone, okay?
Okay, there's a question here, just maybe to help the student with this query. They're saying I met the points required for the BCom accounting, but it was not I was unsuccessful due to my math mark being off by 3%. I did send my paper for remarking. Will I be able to switch to BCom accounting from general?
Okay,
So,
Eric, would you like to quickly respond?
I don't think if the student, maybe next year, if maybe the point improve. But what we need to bear in mind as well, we're accounting modules. I think from this year, they've got new modules that are specially designed for those students that will major in accounting. So maybe next year you will qualify, maybe not. So I don't want to give you a guarantee in that regard.
yeah, what I said earlier still stands, that the fact that you are also agreeing that you also your maths was off by 3%. That is the reason why you were not accepted. So yes, you have submitted your papers for remarking. I guess it will be a case maybe that will be looked into by maybe the Dean of Teaching and Learning. But the answer for now, the fact that you don't have the maths requirement for accounting, you are not able to do so right now. So if the situation changes after the remark, I guess it's something maybe that you can take up with the Dean of Teaching and Learning in the college. There was also another question about how do I set up my email. So as we said, IT will be dealt with tomorrow, step by step. So there is a link that Lung has just posted. Please just click on that and RSVP for tomorrow's session, which is very important because without the timetable, you will be lost. So the timetable, people were asking, which building will I go to for lectures? It will all be covered in tomorrow's session when you're putting together your timetable.
So students,
have-
just to extend quickly what Hazel said, yes, tomorrow's session about the the email address. I also want to add, it may be said tomorrow or may not. Please, once you have your student email address, students, it's very important that you only, and I must emphasize only in bold capitals, right? Use your student email address only to communicate with the university. because the university policy is to only communicate with students via their student email address, right? So don't use your Gmail, your Yahoo, etc. to communicate. If you find a lecturer is not responding to you, or anybody else at the university is not responding to you, it's because you're using your private email address, okay? So if it's a student email address, that authenticates you as a student, and we will be able to reach out to you in real time. So please remember that, okay?
We have a question, a live question from Masiha. So Masiha, we've opened your mic. Please go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, dear. Go ahead.
I wanted to know if we can still go the CA route despite doing a BCom general degree.
Okay. Eric, I know students are very passionate about wanting to be CAs. Please expand on
I
this for
think
the
it goes
student.
back. I think, Prof, it goes back to what Mrs. Langer has been saying or insisting on, that if you fail this year because of the point that you are not meeting, and I've mentioned, I think in my previous in my previous answer, that from this year there are new modules that have been designed
Yes,
to
yes.
suit those accounting students. So which means if you haven't got that module, you will be adding one more year or year or two in your stay in the university. So the answer is yes or no, but what you need to bear in mind is that the first answer that will come first is no for now, because you have not made the point.
Right.
Okay, thank you. We have another question from Juanita. Juanita, you can go ahead.
It was already answered, sorry.
That's fine.
All right, thank you. So we'll take Kinan. Kinan, go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead.
I need assistance with financial clearance. I'm stuck on that at the moment.
Okay, so let me say that when you do your payments, please make sure that you put your student number as your reference number, because that's important for the finance section to distinguish, your payment. And there is, it's quite an overwhelming space at the moment for fee clearances, because it's quite a few students. They are trying to clear them as in batches, right? So you could just either go in and check or drop an email, to just find out how's it going. But there is pressure with the finance department to student fees to make sure they clear as much as possible ahead of classes, because if you don't have fee clearance, then obviously everything is linked to that, right? In order for you to enjoy all the access facilities at the university.
So I must pay the 4,000 something before, then once it's paid, I get cleared.
Yeah. So if you're not sure how much you need to pay, you can check with student fees and they will tell you, or Hazel, who else can the students go to if they need further clarity in terms of, because I know sometimes they reach out to our administrators.
What I'm doing now, I'm posting on the chats the email addresses
right.
that people can send to for clearance. Just one sec, I'm almost there. You can take other questions while I...
Yeah, I know it can be frustrating when you're waiting for fee clearance, but remember, it's large batches, and student fees is working, overtime to try and get the batches cleared as much as possible so that students can get seamlessly into the university system.
So what's the reference I must use, you mentioned?
The reference would be the student number, your student number.
Okay.
Yeah. Oftentimes students want to just put their name and their surname, but your student number identifies you above all else. If you don't put your name, but your student number, that is how we're able to pick up all the details. Yeah. So don't forget to put your student number in. any communication reference. Even if you're writing an email, you're writing a note, your student number is your one go-to aspect.
We have a question. Anonymous attendee is asking if they can upgrade their mathematics while during the BCom general course to upgrade to CA. So while studying, they upgrade maths.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
The question is, can I upgrade my maths while studying BCom general?
Okay, Eric, you are the BCom specialist here, so that is why I'm referring to you often on these queries.
The question about upgrading maths and then what happened thereafter, can you just complete that last part that I didn't get clearly?
So it's that guy who's been asking about going from BCom to chartered accountant to BCom accounting. He's asking if he can upgrade maths while doing the BCom general degree.
Yeah, but now, like I said earlier on, you're not guaranteed that now if you want to change to BCom accounting will be accepted. Because like I said earlier on, making an example that this year, they've introduced new modules in accounting, SAFE, that is School of Accounting and Finance. Those modules are specialized or is designed for those students that will be doing accounting or that will major in accounting. So which means, like I said earlier on, which means if you want to join accounting with that new addition of mathematics, if they do consider you, you'll have additional year at the end, so that you complete those modules that you didn't do because you were not approved to enroll for BCom accounting.
Okay.
Just to add
Go ahead, Hazel.
to what Eric is saying. Students, please, if you have not been successful in being admitted into the BCom accounting, please don't lose hope. There are many other streams besides just the chartered accountant. So there's the CIPA routes, the CIMA routes. There are just so many channels or avenues in the field of, accounting that one could look into with a BCom general with majors in accounting. So the difference is that with the other one, the BCom accounting one, you are then able to do a postgrad studies in accounting and then write board exams, train, serve articles with a registered firm. So that is the route to becoming a chartered accountant. But there are still many other avenues in the field of accounting if you are interested in that field. So doing it this way does not mean you will never get to taste that field, but it's just that you won't become a chartered accountant, but there are many other areas in the field of accounting. So don't just fix your mind into just becoming a chartered accountant. There are many other avenues in life. From time to time, you have to adjust and maneuver and make changes because sometimes circumstances don't allow us. So keep that in mind as you progress with your studies. So don't just give up and say, it's either this or nothing, So there are many options. If things don't work your way in the program that you've selected, there are many avenues.
Thank you for that, Cici. I just want to expand on what Hazel said. It's so important, students, because, I know students have sometimes this notion that it's CA or nothing at all. But the other routes that Hazel mentioned, the CIMA route, the CIPA route, they're also equally rewarding as well, if you have an affinity to move in that direction. And they also are equally rewarding. So don't feel that it's the end of the road because I didn't make it into a BCom accounting route, and my parents are pressurizing me to do that or nothing else. The mere fact that there are other options available and that you have got a space into university, and UKZN is by far one of the best universities in this region, in this province, you can be very chuffed with yourself that you got a space at university and that you can make it. There are so many other careers available, and you are young. You got your whole lives ahead of you. So don't feel stressed out. You don't need to create undue self-induced stress now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prof. Mogi, just to add to what you are saying, UKZN graduates with majors in accounting, besides just the BCom accounting, they are
Mm.
highly sought after by industry or the
Absolutely.
profession out there. I'm saying this not just to because I'm from UKZN, of course I am from here, but there is evidence. Every year we invite accounting firms, banks, various organizations that hire people with accounting skills to come to an event called Accounting Professions Day. So they come here to recruit for internships. While you are still, studying your first year, second year, third year, you can get VEC work from these places and check it
Yes.
out. Is this the field I want to go into?
Yeah.
So that will be happening in March. Okay, I don't have my calendar in front of me, but we will advertise it. So please go to the PMBA campus when the Accounting Professions Day happens, so that you can meet future employers and learn more about the different avenues that are out there. SAICA will be there, SAIPA will be there, SIMA will be there, and many others. So including banks, because every business needs someone to manage their books. So it really, just being a CA alone is, if that was not possible, there are many other options.
Right. I saw there was a question, is it possible to change from be admin to become general extended? You see what happens, students, is that oftentimes you register for a certain degree and then you want, because you in a degree because you didn't make it to your degree of choice, right? So you took an alternate degree and then you want to move to the other. In some situations, it's possible. In some, they are not. Like Eric has mentioned, that you can't move from a BCom general just to a BCom accounting route. Right now, with the B admin, the way it's structured, it is, to prepare you to go into public sector at large, or to the NGO sector, or to, government in the main. Now, when you want to shift, say, because your heart and soul is in a BCom and you want to go into the BCom extended, then you're going to end up losing modules, credits, hard-earned credits that you spend time and money on, because those become NDP, non-degree purposes. And you're going to end up having additional credits, additional time being spent at the university, because some of those credits don't give you transference of credits into another degree, okay? So you need to think wisely when you are in a degree and you want to hop now into other fields as well. So be careful with that, okay?
Prof, we have another question. You've now wants to know, they were told there are 2 compulsory modules that every first year student has to do. She has signed up already, but she's afraid she didn't sign up for those. So how does she maneuver that situation?
Okay, so if there are any errors in any of the modules, once you've, that you find because when you registered, we have the curriculum change form, right? And that form will allow you then to add a module or to remove a module through that process. And then the subject advisor for that discipline then will consult with you and help you complete it with the correct codes and then sign it, provided it is still within the requisite modules that you need for that particular degree. So we have that change of curriculum formula after you've registered. Okay, I see there's a question. Dr. Bihari, would you like to take this one? As a BBA student, can I major in economics?
No, unfortunately not, because the BBA program is structured in a certain way. Like Hazel pointed out, it was primarily designed for those that were already in the corporate world and just needed accreditation and certification. So we have a structured degree. What can happen thereafter is you do a post-grad diploma to then fill in your major. So there's different post-grad diplomas that are available, and we can talk to you at that time about those options. But right now, we can't major in economics.
Okay. Thank you for that.
There's a question about the course that students have to do on social justice.
No.
Right.
If there's an exam that they'll be required to write, please respond to that.
Okay, so that's a service module, and every student will have to register for that module. Lucky for you, there's no exams. So you just have to attend your sessions and your tutorials, and you get a pass. Okay? So no exams. Okay.
Okay, there's a concern about, I've submitted a change of mind application for change of campus. We'll be studying BCom General. However, I've not received any feedback. Please assist. Okay. So perhaps you should put your student number, and then one of us can follow up on that for you.
Just one sec, Prof. Which program is that? I saw that question, but it has moved up. I just want to put on the post that so that I can give them the email address. Change of mind for which program?
Janae Pillay. Which program is it? If you can just put it in the chat, which program
Just
it
want to
is,
give you
then
the correct email address.
BCom General. Yeah.
Okay. So, and your surname is Pillay, so BCom General. Okay. Here's the email address to send to. It's Naidu 1. Please send your change of mind to that email address, Janae. Okay.
Thank you.
There will also be no exams, students, for Zulu, the Zulu module. That is just part of our language policy, and
Yes.
also because of our geographic location. You know, when you go to UCT, the other indigenous language there is Xhosa. So in all the universities across the country, you have to take a South African language, indigenous South African language. So same here in KZN, isiZulu is our module. So if you are fluent in isiZulu, you don't have to do it. But if you are not, then you will have to register for it. At some point, you can choose where to slot it in during your year, your period of study. But as long as you do it before you conclude your degree. So yeah.
Hazel,
Just to add to you.
Sorry, I'll come back to you, Dr. Biari. Hazel,
Sure.
just expand also on, remember if the students did Zulu at school, remember the exemption, please.
Yes. So if you have done isiZulu at school, if it's your home language, you are exempted from it. So this again is about, trying to, it's aimed at, ensuring that there's social cohesion. Imagine now if you were working around KwaZulu-Natal and you were not familiar with, isiZulu. This has been around at the university for many years for programs like the medicine, because our doctors end up interacting also with Ogogo, who speak mainly isiZulu. So it's just to help us, being able to, to celebrate living with other communities and enjoy, working with them. Yeah.
Great stuff.
So it looks
Coming back
like
to Dr. Biari.
Yeah, just to add to that, Prof, I think Hazel was not clear when she said it's non-examinable. I'm not sure, Hazel, if that's the new rule, but previously, if I could just talk for the BBA, it was an examinable subject. Now that we're online, all assessments will follow suit online. So you will have tests, assignments, and exam, all informative, all done in the semester because it's online. So there's no sit-down exam for Zulu. But if Zulu is done in the normal degree structures for all students around the university, I was always under the impression and have always noted that Zulu is an examinable subject. So we can just get clarity on that one. It's different from the critical social justice module. There's no
Yeah.
exams for that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Hazel, coming back to the Zulu concern. So the student asked if the student is Zulu speaking, they speak Zulu at home. Do they still are they still exempted? Because remember, we saying you must pass Zulu at school, you must take it as a subject in school, as an academic subject in school to get the exemption. Sorry, Hazel, you're muted.
Oh, sorry, Prof. I did not get the question, sorry.
Okay, no, if the student is speaking Zulu at home, conversational medium at home
Oh, yes,
Zulu,
yes.
yeah, if
They're
that gives
exempted.
in,
They're exempted, Prof. They're
okay,
exempted.
okay,
Yeah.
not only if they're taking it at school as a
No,
formal
no. If
subject
you are
as well.
fluent in isiZulu, Nguni
Okay, perfect.
languages, like Xhosa, yes, you're good.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
it's
great
for
stuff.
people who speak the
Regarding,
language.
okay, thank you. Regarding whether we've reached our 5% for international students, that, Hazel, you would have to tell us whether we've met our target for the 5%, because I know that the figures are still tallying up, university-wide.
Hard to really give that a response right now, student. But if you put it, we've got your question. We'll be able to find out and respond to you directly. We have your email address. Thanks. It looks like we don't have many more questions, but there is a hand from Sibahle. Can we just take this and then wrap it up, because we don't have to be here until 12.
Sure.
If we've covered, because it looks as if we've covered everything. So Sibahle, you can go ahead.
Hello?
Hi, Sebastian, go ahead.
Yes, can I transfer from PMB campus to Westville campus for the BBA?
Dr. Bihari?
Because in Westville, I think it's full-time.
It's the same idea. It's the same. It's a full-time course. It's a full-time program offered online. So some students are confusing it with being part-time. It's not a part-time. You're going to have 4 modules per semester over 3 years. It's regarded as a full-time program. And the same that happens at the Westville happens at the PMB. So I think you're fine there.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
You're welcome.
Okay, then, students, I want to take this opportunity then to say thank you once again. Firstly, congratulations on being accepted at UKZN. You have chosen UKZN as your university of choice, and you've chosen wisely. I trust you will have a most rewarding and enriching experience with us. Like I said, we are very student-centered. Every student matters. No student is left behind. The staff are extremely warm and friendly, both online, walk-in. Our college is very dedicated and committed. We have highly qualified staff that have national and international repute and standing. You will get world-class teaching, that's for sure. And we are here to make your experience an absolutely rewarding one. Don't stress about the timetable. Let me quickly tell you anecdotally, when I was an undergrad student, I too had the same fears. This university is so big and I don't know the venues. So I would sit around the T block for my classes because I was scared to ask anybody else, if I wandered off too far on the campus, how to get back to my lectures. But that was only in the first week. And before you know it, you know the campus at the back of your fingertips. So don't stress. We are all energized and all ready for you, and we want to make it an absolutely enriching and rewarding experience. Remember, life's a journey, right? And we want you to enjoy that ride, okay? And remember, the decisions you make early in your life will determine the quality of your life years from now. And we want you to make wise decisions early in life. We are here to mentor you and see that you get your degrees and that you develop your careers and that you have a successful life, okay? So we trust you enjoyed the session, and it was an awesome pleasure for us to be with you this morning. Thank you so much. Please make sure you take in those links that are in the chat and that you join the session tomorrow for all the practicalities from A to Z at the university, so that when you come in on Monday, a lot of it will make sense. Okay? Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow, students. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take good care of yourselves. God bless you. Be safe. Ngiyabonga.